happen, and no matter what you think happens, that you pray for our city and our county. That what we see happening around the country, innocent people being shot and protesters being shot, we don't want that to happen here. And so I pray that we would be peaceful and that we would let the process take its place and let the truth come out.
You can see the crowd out here is beginning to dwindle. About 12 people just left. So far, the protest has been peaceful. The chief is not releasing the man's name. He says that they're still trying to notify the family. He's now saying that they're not even sure that the woman who initially called them is the man's sister. They're asking for that woman to come forward. Obviously, she's extremely upset. They say she has not been cooperative. The officers are involved or on administrative leave. The chief says that they're both 20-year veterans. Again, this investigation just getting started, and the chief asking for the community to be patient while they investigate. Reporting live in El Cajon, Rachel Bianco, 10 News.
A lot of new information. Thank you, Rachel. Well, here's a live look from Sharp Memorial where the man was taken. Police confirming within the past hour that he has died. We have not confirmed his name.
And we now know the name of one of the officers believed to be involved. Multiple sources tell us that it's Richard Gonzalez, an officer well known to our Team 10 investigators. Adam Rakusin is live in the newsroom. And Adam, this officer has been demoted by the Department for Activities Outside Policing in the past.
Yeah, Richard Gonzalez was at one point a sergeant demoted to an officer. Multiple sources have confirmed to Team 10 that Gonzalez is one of the officers involved. He's no stranger to being in the news. Last year, Team 10 exposed a lawsuit claiming Gonzalez sent a photograph of his penis to a female co-worker's cell phone. The lawsuit also claimed Gonzalez sent crude text messages asking that co-worker and her wife to join him for a threesome. One of them saying, quote, "I'm drunk and want you, both of you." The suit claimed Gonzalez and unnamed employees of El Cajon created and maintained a sexually hostile environment. That after she complained about Gonzalez's advances, the city failed to take all responsible steps necessary to prevent discrimination and harassment from occurring. That co-worker eventually settled the lawsuit and Gonzalez was demoted. But it wasn't over there. That officer who filed the lawsuit filed a second one, claiming she went back to work and the vile conduct continued. When asked about it last month, the spokesman for the department told Team 10 he can't comment on an ongoing investigation. And El Cajon police would not confirm Gonzalez this evening, but they did say that the officers involved have more than 20 years of service. Reporting live in the newsroom tonight, Adam Rakusin, Team 10.
All right, Adam, thank you for that. Our coverage continues now with 10 News reporter Emily Fode live in El Cajon where the shooting happened. Emily?
Yeah, this is where the protesters gathered for much of the day. Protesters and police separated only by this crime scene tape, and when police took it down, things got very tense. At one point during the loud yet peaceful protest, a few officers in riot gear with dogs formed a line, appearing ready to try and disperse the crowd. Vastly outnumbered by a crowd of hundreds of all races and ages, the officers retreated in their cars. A few spit on patrol cars.
If you're not within the race or close to the race, you would think that, oh no, they're just acting out. No, that's the frustration, that's the anger, because it's our brothers and sisters that's getting gunned down.
Others prayed for peace.
Lord, there's people all over the United States that are hurting right now.
After police left, so did the protesters. And the man was shot right over there in that section of the parking lot. Protesters tell me they're also going to be gathering again tomorrow at 9 o'clock in front of the El Cajon police station. You can bet we'll be covering that as well. I'm live in El Cajon, Emily Fode, 10 News. Thanks, Emily.
Welcome. Thank you, Emily. Well, joining us now is Kevin LaChapelle, a former El Cajon police officer.
Thank you for being here. First of all, let's go back to that picture just released by El Cajon PD. It's the moment of the shooting. What does this shed on the whole situation? What light do we now see?
Well, this just tells a huge piece of the story, because this supports what the chief said, that this person took something and pointed it at the officer. In that picture, I think any reasonable officer would clearly feel that their life is in danger to have something pointed at them, such as that. And I think this is exactly why it's important for the community to let these investigations play out. Because remember, the protesters are saying, first ones with their hands up and this clearly shows something very contrary to that.
And El Cajon PD is very transparent and fairly quick tonight to get that out.
They've been very transparent.
I'm curious, when you look at this, I mean, that officer pretty close to that man right there. Is that part of normal protocol? I mean, to be that close?
Well, it's hard to know what was going on specifically, but when somebody pulls something out very, very quickly, give a very quick notice of, what are they doing, and is this going to threaten my life? So I think this really is going to support what the officers are saying. On the other hand, the community, again, there's obviously still challenges and opportunities across the country with building relationships with the community, but the community has to realize when behaviors like this occur in the presence of police officers, they have to realize how completely inappropriate that is. Now, on the other side, you have a person with a mental illness. It's probably things that could have been done a lot sooner to mitigate these things before it spills out into a street somewhere, like seeing symptoms and having them get the help that they need from the family.
So much bigger conversation ahead.
Absolutely.
And an investigation ahead. Thank you, Kevin LaChapelle, for your expertise tonight. And we won't be getting body camera video from police. That's because the El Cajon Police Department hasn't launched those devices yet. The department just got them, but the officers haven't been trained to use them yet. In May, the district attorney's office announced a sweeping policy change, more transparency when it comes to police shootings. And since then, several videos of local police shootings have been released. We have much more on our coverage of the shooting coming up. Pastor Miles McPherson is joining us live on set on the focus that San Diegans need to take, even though many are brokenhearted over today's shooting.
Now to a breaking news update. A man now under arrest accused of running down